Good morning, student. In this lecture, in our chapter number 6 of retirement, we are going to solve sum number 14. So let us see the sum and mark the adjustment. Chirag, Jigar and Keshav are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 3:2:1. So here we have been given the old ratio, which is 3:2:1. The balance sheet of their firm is as under as on 31/3/2016. Capital, general reserve, creditors, land and building, furniture, land and building, machinery, investment, stock, debtors and cash balance. Keshav retired on 31/3/2016. Following conditions were decided at the time of retirement. So conditions, that is adjustment number 1 says value of land and building is to be increased by 20%. So we will be marking 1 near land and building in balance sheet. Second, machinery is valued at 90% of its book value, so we will be marking 2 near machinery in balance sheet. Then third adjustment, the market value of investment is 150% of its book value, so we will be marking 3 near investment. Bad debts reserve on debtors is to be increased by 5%, so we will be marking 4 near debtors. And the fifth is goodwill of the firm is valued 36,000. So we will be giving direct effect from this. This is not going to affect our balance sheet item. So we will not be marking about this one. Rupees 2,000 is outstanding for salary payable to an employee. So this is also the separate adjustment. There is nothing like that in our balance sheet. So we will be giving direct effect of the same. The last adjustment says Chirag and Jigar will bring necessary amount in cash in such a manner that amount due to Keshav is to be paid in cash and the balance of cash may remain in the firm as working capital, rupees 14,000, and their capital in the new firm become proportionate to their new profit and loss sharing ratio. So this is the adjustment regarding capital. When we will be finishing everything, we will be giving effect of this. So no need to tick mark anywhere for the same. Now we have marked all the adjustment. Let us start with the sum. We will take liability side first. The liability side first item is capital. Chirag, Jigar and Keshav 30,000, 20,000 and 10,000. So friends, liability side capital is given and capital will be recorded in capital account as a opening balance. So here in capital account, credit side by balance brought forward or brought down 30,000, 20,000 and 10,000. Next item, general reserve. Next item is general reserve 60,000. Friends, general reserve, we know it is distributed among the partners in their old profit and loss sharing ratio, and old profit and loss sharing ratio is given to us, which is 3:2:1. So we will be distributing 60,000 in 3:2:1 among all 3 partners. When I will distribute in this ratio, I will get rupees, it is 6,000, not 60,000, 6,000. So I will get rupees 3,000, 2,000 and 1,000 by general reserve. Capital account credit side amount is total amount 6,000, which is distributed among 3 in the ratio of 3:2. Okay friends, so it is here, it is 3,000, 2,000 and 1,000. Next item, creditors are given 44,000 and there is no adjustment on this, so it will be directly recorded in balance sheet liability side. So balance sheet after retirement is here it is the creditors 44,000. Next item, friends, our liability side is over. Now we will move to asset side. Asset side first item is land and building and it is marked with adjustment number 1. So we will follow the adjustment number 1. The adjustment number 1 says value of land and building is to be increased by 20%. Land and building given 50,000, 20% is to be increased, so we will be increasing and it is one kind of profit will be credited to revaluation account. So here it is at the asset side of balance sheet, land and building 50,000 plus increase. How much increase? 20%. 20% of 50,000, 10,000 will be added here. Here it comes 60,000 and this addition 10,000 being the profit will be credited to revaluation account. So here it is at the credit side of revaluation account by land and building rupees 10,000. Next item. Friends, next item says machinery rupees 20,000, which is marked with adjustment number 2. Adjustment number 2 says machinery is valued at 90% of its book value. book value is given 20,000 and it is given that it is valued at 90%, right? So we will be making the revaluation. 90% of 20,000 will be 18,000. That means we have to show the book, we have to show machinery at the price of 18,000 in new books. That is what reduction of rupees 2,000. So here it is machinery 20,000 minus decrease 2,000, outer column 18,000. Again this 2,000, actually this 2,000 is a loss, and as it is a loss will be debited to revaluation account. So debit side of revaluation account to machinery 2,000. Next item friends, investment, which is marked with adjustment number 3. Adjustment number 3 says the market value of investment is 150% of its book value. So very simple, whatever is the book value, the book value given is 10,000 and market value is 150% of that. So we will be finding 150% of 10,000, which will come 15,000. So that means there is an increase of 5,000 in the value of investment, and it is a profit. So will be credited to revaluation account. First of all, at asset side, investment 10,000, 5,000 increase. So outer column 15,000. This 5,000 is the increase. We have valued investment at 150%. So 10,000, 150% of that will come 15,000. So from 10,000 to 15,000 we have to reach. That means we need to increase it by rupees 5,000. This 5,000 being a profit will be credited to revaluation account. So here it is, by investment rupees 5,000. Next item is stock rupees, and there is no adjustment, so directly we will be writing in balance sheet. So here it is, stock rupees 10,000. Okay friends, next item, debtor is given 20,000 minus BDR 2,000, 18,000 is in the outer column, and it is marked with adjustment number 4. Adjustment number 4 says bad debts reserve on debtor is to be reduced by 5%. Friends, bad debts reserve on debtor is to be reduced by 5%. That means they want to say us the rate of BDR on debtors is to be reduced by 5%. Okay, so first of all, it is given to us that 20,000 debtors and 2,000 BDR. So if we calculate, we can find out that it is 10%. Rate which is already applied is 10%, but the rate is to be reduced by 5%. So the new rate of BDR should be 5%. Okay, right? So 10% is original rate, 5% we have to reduce. So the difference of 5% we have to apply. Okay, so here it is, debtors 20,000 minus BDR 5%. Right, 5%. How do we get this 5%? 10% minus 5%. 10% minus 5%. So 1,000. Now earlier the BDR was 2,000. Now it is 1,000. That means there is a reduction in the value of provision, and we know when there is a reduction in the value of provision, it is a profit. Okay friends, so here 20,000 minus 1,000, 19,000, and that 1,000 which is the profit. How come 1,000? 2,000 was the original BDR, now it is 1,000. So there is a profit of rupees 1,000, which is what? Decrease in the value of provision. As it is a profit, will be credited to revaluation account. So revaluation account by BDR rupees 1,000. Next is cash balance rupees 2,000. You know, cash balance will be recorded at the debit side of cash account. So cash account to balance brought down rupees 2,000. Friends, so here we have finished with the balance sheet. Now one by one we will take adjustment, and the adjustment, those effects are not given, we will be giving the effects of them. The adjustment, value of land and building is to be increased by 20%. We have finished this adjustment. Machinery is to be valued 90%. We have also finished this. Market value of investment also done. BDR also done. Now the fifth adjustment says the goodwill of the firm is valued rupees 36,000. Friends, goodwill of the firm is valued rupees 36,000. Here we will have to find the goodwill of retiring partner, and that much amount of goodwill will be given to him from the gaining partner. Now friends, here we are only given with one information for calculating gain, that is what old ratio. That's it. nothing else is given to us. So friends, old ratio between Chirag, Jigar and Keshav is 3:2:1 and Keshav is retiring. So Keshav is retiring, then remaining two will continue with their old ratio. Why? Because there is nothing given how do they are going to distribute future profit, or how they are going to distribute the profit of the profit share of this Keshav. Okay, so they will be continuing with their old ratio. The old ratio is 3:2 between Chirag and Jigar. So new ratio will also be 3:2 between Chirag and Jigar. Now friends, if old ratio and new ratio is same, in that case we very well know this gain ratio is also going to be same. So we don't need to find here gain ratio. Gain ratio will be 3:2. Now firm's goodwill is given rupees 36,000. Now we will find Keshav shares in firm's goodwill. Keshav share is 1/6. So Keshav's goodwill in firm's goodwill 36,000 into 1/6. Right, so 1/6, 36,000 into 1/6 will come 6,000, and this 6,000 will be given to Keshav by Chirag and Jigar in their gain ratio. Gain ratio we have already discussed. It will be 3:2. When I will distribute 6,000 in the proportion of 3:2, it will come 3,600 and 2,400. So 3,600 will be paid by Chirag and 2,400 will be paid by Jigar. Now we know this will be paid by Chirag and Jigar. That means will be adjusted from their capital account. 3,600 will be debited to Chirag's capital and 2,400 will be debited to Jigar's capital, and 6,000 will be credited to the retiring partner, that is Keshav's capital. So here it is. In Keshav capital we have to credit 6,000. So 3,600 and 2,400. 3,600 are taken from Chirag's capital, so by Chirag's capital account, and 2,400 is taken from Jigar's capital. So Jigar's capital account, and these two amount will be debited to Chirag and Jigar by writing this to Keshav's capital account. 3,600 in Jigar's column and 2,400 in 3,600 in Chirag's column and 2,400 in Jigar's column. Okay friends, so this was all about goodwill. Let's see the next adjustment. Rupees 2,000 is outstanding for salary payable to an employee. Now this is the separate adjustment, as it is outstanding, it is our liability. So we will be writing at the liability side, outstanding salary rupees 2,000. Now outstanding liability which was not there in the books, now it has come to the books. That is what? It is one kind of loss. So it will be debited to revaluation account rupees 2,000. Friends, now only one adjustment number 7 is left, which is about capital, and we know before doing anything for capital, what do? We need to close the revaluation account. So first of all we will be finishing with revaluation account. Here when I will find the difference, I have seen that I can see that there are three amounts at the credit side, 10,000, 5,000 and 1,000, and there are only two amounts at the debit side, 2,000 and 2,000. So the total of credit side is 16,000 and total of debit side is 4,000. So 16,000 minus 4,000 will be 12,000, which is the difference, and which is called revaluation profit, or profit on revaluation will be transferred to partners capital account. So Chirag, Jigar and Keshav in the proportion of their old ratio, that is 3:2:1. When I distribute 12,000 in the proportion of 3:2:1, I get 6,000, 4,000 and 2,000. This will be credited to their capital account. So here it is by revaluation account 6,000, 4,000 and 2,000. So we are finished with this also. Now we will be seeing last adjustment. Let us see. Now friends, we will see the last adjustment. Do this adjustment carefully. Try to understand this carefully. This is the new one. Chirag and Jigar will bring necessary amount in cash in such a manner that amount due to Keshav is to be paid in cash, and the balance of cash may remain in the form as working capital rupees 14,000, and their capital in the new form become proportionate to their new profit and loss sharing ratio. Friends, step by step we will try to understand this adjustment. There are 3-4 things in this adjustment. First of all, they are saying that Chirag and Jigar will bring necessary amount to pay cash to the retiring partner and to maintain a working capital of rupees 14,000. First of all, friends, you must be knowing in admission also, the chapter of admission you have studied this. Working capital, closing working capital, that means they want to tell us about closing balance of cash. Okay, so here this adjustment says they will be maintaining rupees 14,000 as closing balance of cash, as well as the payment of the retiring partner will be done in cash. And for doing these two things, if any requirement is there, they will be bringing in cash in such a manner so that their capital is maintained in new ratio. So first of all, we will be writing closing balance of cash, as well as we will be paying to the retiring partner in cash. Closing balance of cash, which is working capital, they have given us. We will be writing here by balance carry forward 14,000. It has not come yet, but how much they will have to bring, to find that we will have to write it in cash account. So by balance carried forward will be 14,000 and the same will be written at the asset side. Asset side of balance sheet 14,000. Let us pay to the Keshav. Keshav, when I am going to pay to Keshav, I have seen that here there are 5 amounts and total of 5 is 19,000. Right, and there is nothing at the debit side, so payment of Keshav will be in cash to cash account. How much amount? 19,000. Now, as this payment is done in cash, they will be recorded at the credit side of cash account 19,000. So here it is by Keshav's capital account 19,000. Now, friends, our situation is we have with the opening balance of rupees 2,000, but here at the credit side we need 14,000 for closing balance and 19,000 for payment of Keshav. That is total 33,000 we want, and we just have 2,000. So 31,000 is the deficit. Those 31,000 will be brought by Chirag and Jigar in such a way so that their capital in the new form is maintained in new profit and loss sharing ratio. Okay, friends, so this is the situation. We have written closing balance of cash and we have written the payment to the retiring partner in cash. Now, friends, here to find the capital of the continuing partner, we will have to close balance sheet first. Okay, whenever in a normal sum we are closing balance sheet at the last, that means we are making total of balance sheet at the last, and before making total the last item we record cash balance at the asset side and capital at the liability side. So cash balance we have already written, we can make the total of asset side. Cash balance 14,000 we have written, we can make the total of asset side, and liability side whatever will be the difference will be the closing capital. Very simple. So friends, here cash balance as we have written 14,000, which is given in adjustment number 7, that closing working capital 14,000 we have written. We are ready with the asset side of balance sheet. When I make the total of asset side of balance sheet, it comes 1,36,000. Okay, and at liability side we have only these two items, 44,000 for creditor and outstanding salary 9,000. So from 1,36,000, when I deduct these two amounts, the total of these two is 46,000. So from 1,36,000, when I deduct 46,000, we get 90,000. And this 90,000 is what the combined capital of the continuing partner. Okay, friends, so this way 90,000 combined capital we will find. Now this capital they have to maintain in their new ratio, and new ratio is given 3:2. So when I take 90,000 and I distribute it in the proportion of 3:2, I get 54,000 and 36,000. This 54,000 comes when I write 90,000 into 3/5, and when I take 90,000 into 2/5, I get 36,000. So 54,000 and 36,000 will be the closing capital of Chirag and Jigar respectively. So here it is 90,000 is distributed in the proportion of 3:2, 54,000 and 36,000. So here our balance sheet gets over. Cash account and capital account is yet to be closed. So normally from capital account we were writing capital in balance sheet, but in this sum from our balance sheet we will be writing capital in capital account. So 54,000 and 36,000 will be written here to balance carry forward 54,000 and 36,000. Now friends, as this is not the difference, we have not found this by making the difference of column. 54,000, 36,000 we have written from the capital account, so there is a possibility that difference comes in this capital account. So first of all we will find how much difference is there. Let's take Chirag's column. When I take Chirag's column, the debit side we have written 2 items and total of 2 items is 57,600. So Chirag's debit column is 57,600. And the credit side of Chirag, there are 3 items, 30,000, 3,000 and 6,000. So the total of 3 is 39,000. So here the total of credit side. Now when I find the difference of 2 columns, then there is a difference of 18,600 at the credit side. That means there is a debit balance. So 18,600, this much amount he will have to bring. Chirag. Chirag will have to bring in cash from his side, so that the payment of Keshav can be done and closing balance of rupees 14,000 can be maintained as a cash balance. Okay, so 18,600 he will be bringing. So by cash account 18,600. Now talk about Jigar. When I take Jigar's column, debit side there are 2 items, 2,400 and 36,000. Total is 38,400. So here credit total 38,400 and debit total is 38,400, and at the credit side there are only 3 items, 20,000, 2,000 and 4,000. Total amount is 26,000. So this is 26,000. When I will find the difference, I get 12,400 at the credit side. So here also difference is at the credit side, but the amount is 12,400. So this indicates that Chirag will have to bring 12,400 such that the payment of Keshav is done in cash and their capital is maintained in new ratio, as well as the closing balance of cash is maintained 14,000. Right? So in order to do these 3 things they are maintaining to bring. They are bringing this much of cash to maintain 3 things. The first thing, they are paying in cash to the retiring partner. Second thing, they are going to maintain their closing balance of cash rupees 14,000. And third thing, they will be maintaining their capital in new profit and loss sharing ratio, which is 3:2. So 18,600 and 12,400 is the difference. We will be writing here by cash account. By writing this difference, the total of both the columns will be tallied, and these 2 amounts will be transferred to the debit side of cash account. So from here, cash account debit side to Chirag's capital 18,600 to Jigar's capital 12,400. And if we make total of these 2, 31,000 it is. And this much amount was missing here. This much amount we were in need of. So 18,600 and 12,600. Now we can make the total of cash account. When we make total of cash account, both the side it is 33,000. So friends, this is all about sum number 14, where we have learned how to maintain the capital when cash balance which is to be carried forward, which is to be maintained is given, and when the retiring partner is to be paid in cash. Okay, in next lecture we will be doing sum number 15. Okay, thank you.